So, can you relate in the morning after this?
Mommy, wake up!
And this. And of course, there's always a lot of this. Then you finally get in a quick workout. And you always got to make sure the kids have had their breakfast, you've packed their lunches, you do a little something with this and still make it to work on time. I mean, hey, doesn't leave much time for a proper shower, does it? So when you find yourself with not enough time for those basic morning rituals, what are you supposed to do? I had a chance to talk to my friend Brittany, who's a hairstylist. She has the perfect solution, but there is a catch. So I've been using dry shampoo a lot. It helps me still be able to get my workouts in, still be able to make time for my kids, and still make it to work on time with 5 minutes to spare. But I've noticed when I use it too often, my hair starts to break off. So tell me the do's and don'ts of dry shampoo. What am I doing wrong?
It sounds like you're starting to use your hair when there's an issue instead of creating a barrier to stop any issues from happening. So instead of waiting for your hair to get oily and then trying to soak it up with all that dry shampoo, start using it on day one. The second you wash your hair, it's going to give you a lot of life, a lot of body, and it's going to absorb those oils as they're created.
Okay, so you think that I should just put the dry shampoo in almost right out, like even use it as a styling tool, I guess.
Exactly.
Because it works for texture too, right?
Yeah, so when you have finer hair, you don't have much guts to your hair. This actually gives you guts because what it's designed to do is build up molecules on the inside of your hair to absorb anything that's being created. So as you put it in your hair, it's slowly going to start building and pulling out the things that you want. Ooh, look at that. So you see how fine it is? It's fine dust, so it's not going to overpower your hair. It's not going to weigh your hair down. It's not going to give it any like gunk or any breakage like you were talking about before, but instead what it's going to do is blanket your hair and give it some support.
Okay, can we try it on my hair?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so typically when I use dry shampoo, I like to start from the bottom and work my way up. So I'll just open your hair up a little bit and start to puff at the scalp, and then I will continue to go up by sectioning your hair just a little bit and giving a few little puffs, and you're wanting to really coat the scalp, right? So that everywhere that sebum that's naturally created in our hair is going to start to come in. Now, as I mess with your hair a little bit, I'm going to start to create volume.
So this creates volume without the ratting your hair like everybody used to do in the 80s.
Like I used to do when I was pretending I was a hairdresser as a kid. But it's going to start to create some body, it's going to give you some texture, and then it's going to make your hair hold for even longer.
Okay, so realistically, if I do this, and see, look how much volume I can get out of that. It's really quite amazing. So how many days can I get out of a wash if I'm using a quality dry shampoo?
So it depends on how often you typically wash your hair.
Okay.
I would say train your hair. On the weekends when you aren't going anywhere or when you have some downtime, try to push your hair as long as you can get it. Anywhere from 2 to 7 days. I mean, typically I wash my hair because my ends need moisture, not because my scalp is oily. If I use that dry shampoo, I continue to use it, then I need to moisturize my ends. So it's more about adding something back instead of taking something away.
Okay, and a couple other dirty hair tips. One other thing I like to do on the next day is I'll make maybe the first day is straight, the next day is wavy, the third day I do something fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I typically can't do more than 3 days. I wish I could. But
you probably could push yourself. You would just have to train yourself in order to do it. You know, I wash my hair because I feel like my ends get a little gnarly. They don't feel as healthy as they used to.
Yes.
But I also like to throw in a braid because if you throw in a braid, adding dry shampoo, especially if you have like wimpy or thinner hair, adding dry shampoo through the braid and then expanding that braid, all of a sudden it makes your hair look like you have twice the amount of hair.
Okay.
So it's another little trick on how to use dry shampoo for your styling needs.
And final tip as we go for people who do feel like dry shampoo is drying their hair out. How do you care for dry hair, like a moisturizing shampoo? Or?
Yes, anything that's heavy in moisture. Don't be afraid to use moisture. A lot of people think, oh, it's going to weigh my hair down, so they don't use the moisture. Don't be afraid to do it. That's what you need to make your hair healthy. Just rinse it really, really well, and maybe don't use it all the time. Use it every now and then, once a week, once every 2 weeks, but really get in there and add that moisture.
So there you go. Dry shampoo is a great way to maintain your look and save yourself a bit of time too. As long as you apply it correctly and at the right time, it'll do little to no damage to your hair. Thank you so much for staying till the end of this video, and thanks to Brittany for sharing her great hair tips. If you think we earned it, we'd love it if you would hit the like and subscribe button, and of course, hit the bell so you get notified every single time we send out a new video. And I will see you in that next video. Thanks again.